Well, on November 30th, a bear was put down in the town of Mammoth Lakes. Sarah Wade Media talked with Mammoth Lakes Police Chief Dan Watson about that incident. And now we have more from that interview with Chief Watson, who talks about the bear situation in Mammoth Lakes.
Well, we have a bear management program that many people think is a model in the country. The town's position is that we want to see coexistence between our wildlife population and our residents and visitors. That's why we have a contract with Steve Searles, our wildlife specialist. And his responsibilities are twofold. One is to educate the public, and that's a critical element of what our bear management program is. And that's done in a variety of ways, by Steve, by news releases. In addition to that, Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife also put out information through the camp hosts in our campgrounds during the summer. And we do it through a lot of what Steve Searles does during the summer is spend time in the Lakes Basin talking to people, responding to after the fact when a bear has been a problem somewhere, and talking to people about what they can do to better protect themselves and their property by not leaving food out and doing other things that encourage bad bear behavior. The other part of the program is adversive conditioning of bears, and Steve and all of our officers are equipped with a variety of non-lethal devices that are at our disposal, and we will respond to calls of bears in dumpsters, bears in getting into ice chests, getting into cars. And what we do is we will punish them through non-lethal means, and it very often is successful in conditioning the bears to what's appropriate behavior. That doesn't always work. As I pointed out in one of my responses, 4 years ago, we had to put down Blondie, which was a notorious problem bear in town. Blondie had been on the rampage for 2 years, had broken into approximately 75 residences, mostly in the Lakes Basin area. Fish and Wildlife, then Fish and Game, issued a depredation permit that a member of the police department filled in September of 2010. I think what's important to know is in measuring the success of our bear program is how many negative incidents do we have and how do we compare to other resort areas with a large bear population. And we've had to put down 2 problem bears in 20 years here, and in other neighboring areas, nearby areas, and areas throughout the country with bear problems, many more bears are destroyed than we do here. And that's because I think we're successful in both educating the public, where we have fewer people that act as a nuisance, and also we are able to condition some of the bears to know what is and isn't acceptable behavior. There have been bears that have lived in town for many years and are not problems. And the reason we know that is the wildlife specialist spends time monitoring and tracking the bears. He knows we have a population of bears that live year-round, including they hibernate here in the town, and they aren't problems. Other ones, typically they're young bears that haven't figured it out yet, and we oftentimes, but not always, are successful in conditioning them. I think, first of all, people need to be diligent, and this is very much part of our consistent message in securing vehicles, not leaving food items or anything that smells like food inside of a car, even if it's locked, because bears can get into locked cars. Garage doors should be not only shut, but secured if at all possible. Ice chests should never be left out in the open. Bears are very smart. They are smart enough to recognize that an ice chest often contains food. And if they see an empty ice chest in the back of a car, they don't know that the ice chest is empty. And they'll break into the car looking for food in the ice chest. And the majority of the people in Mammoth are very aware of that. They do a really good job of not encouraging bad bear behavior. The other thing is we encourage people when they see a bear that's a problem, we're not concerned about a bear walking through a neighborhood or a bear eating dandelions, but if a bear is prowling around trying to get into a car, we want people to call us call 911, or if they want to call Steve Searles directly at 937-BEAR, we'll respond and allow us to do our job and try to, using adversive conditioning procedures, to condition the bear not to do what they're doing that's wrong.
All right, well, we thank outgoing Mammoth Lakes Police Chief Dan Watson for that. And a note that a retirement party for Chief Dan Watson is now set Saturday, January 10th, Mammoth Mountains Canyon Lodge. The Mammoth Lakes Police Officers Association invites the public to join them for Watson's retirement party. You can join for cocktails at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for dinner, and $45 per person. Honor Chief Dan Watson, who has dedicated 41 years of service to law enforcement. Contact the MLPD at 760-934-2011 for more information. All right, let's go to another segment of the Bishop Christmas Parade. That's a lot of fun, and we always thank all the people who participated in the Bishop Christmas Parade. We'll be back with a weather report.